In my last video, I discussed about reorder paragraphs. And after that, many of you requested that I do another video on reorder paragraphs. And there were a few requests for fill in the blanks as well. And I decided that this time I would do reorder paragraph. And in the next video, I will cover fill in the blanks. And this time the video is going to be a little shorter than last time because since I'm doing video more frequently, that means I'll have less time to have a long session. But anyway, I hope you learned something new in this video. If you're interested, keep watching. Okay, this time I'm not spending any time on the introduction. I hope by now you have already known about our channel, and if not, please watch other videos where you can learn more about us, or look at the description to find what kind of services we offer for people who are preparing for PD exams. Okay, in this question, I'm showing you a question which is quite typical for your exam. And by the way, this is the actual exam question. So before I answer this question, I want you to spend 2 minutes on this question and answer it yourself first, so that when I start the discussion, you can see how I think about these types of questions, and then compare that with your own pattern of thinking so that you can learn something from this video. And if you answer the question earlier than 2 minutes, simply skip to the answer part. All right, now let's see what the answer is here. Whenever you are answering reorder paragraph question, you should start by eliminating the options, which are obviously not the first sentence. And this can be quite easy as well. As you can see in this example, this one starts by saying but, and we all know that first sentence cannot start with but, because but is used to write something opposite to what you just said, which means there must be something before it. And the same applies to however. And in case of the third sentence, you can see it says what are the possibilities it offers, and we do not know it means what. So all these three sentences cannot be first sentence, and we can easily eliminate them. So we can drag this one as the first sentence here. Decades ago, we connected computers and got today's powerful internet. Once I have this, I know that the sentence which is related to this one is the sentence here. Now, how could I easily know this? How could I quickly find out that? The reason for that is if you look at these two sentences, you can see here, this one says connected here, and this one is also talking about connection. Now, usually people finish talking about one topic before moving to the other. This creates a smooth logical transition between ideas. Otherwise, your flow of ideas become bumpy. So when we are talking about one topic, we don't interrupt our explanation by writing something else in the middle and then again talk about the same thing. So that means in your exam, if you focus on sentences containing similar words or ideas, you might be able to make a good pair using that concept. Now I have paired these two sentences together using that concept. I can move on to another one. And here I can see that there are two sentences. So how can I figure out which one is the next sentence? Now in this case, this one could be the next sentence. This one could also be the next sentence. Let's say for a moment I thought this is the next sentence. Then what is going to happen? I'll have to use this one as the last sentence. The only problem here is this sentence starts by saying, but what does this really mean to you, your company and your country? But what does this mean? So this is a contrasting idea to the one mentioned before. But if you look at the previous sentence, it says, what are the possibilities it offers and the threat it poses? And but what does this really mean to you? This does not create a smooth transition here, but is not working as a proper linking word here, and it does not make sense. And in the exam, this is what I do. Sometimes I cannot figure out what should be the order in the first glance. And then if that happens, I try to read and see if it can be changed. So let's change this one. But what does this really mean to you, your company, your country? But what does this really mean? Means it has only been over the last few years that we have started to connect everyday object using machine-to-machine technologies to create the Internet of Things. So that means, what does this really mean? Means what does this creation of Internet of Things mean to you and your company? Now it makes a perfect sense here, and it creates a smooth transition as well. And this will be the last sentence. Okay. So what does it mean? It means when you are reading through the sentences, try to pair the sentences which are talking about similar concepts. And if there are linking words like however and but, make sure that you are creating an appropriate pair. That means if you are using but, then the pair must be two contrasting ideas. On the other hand, if you are using, let's say, furthermore, then the pair must be similar ideas where the second idea is adding some information to the first idea. These kind of things will help you to make a pair quickly and answer the questions more correctly. That's it for today's video. In the next video, we'll be talking about something else. Have a good time.